Guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. I am doing great. I am a self-proclaimed foundation queen. I love foundations. I have tried every foundation out there. If I haven't tried it, it's not worth it. Alright, for today's foundation review, we are going to be talking about this foundation right here. This is the new Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation SPF 15. This is what it looks like. You get, how much do you get? It better be 1 fluid ounce. You get 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters in this bottle. Bobbi Brown has another foundation that looks exactly like this one. I believe that one is called, let me not lie, let me find out what it's called. Okay, the other foundation that she has is called the Skin Foundation. This foundation has 29 colors in the shade range, which is freaking amazing. When I saw the display in store, there was at least 8 darker skin shades, and I was like, I was flabbergasted. I was on the floor. I was done. Like, I was like, what is this? What world is this where Trump is president and there's 8 shades for women of color? That never happened. So I was really surprised, but I was very pleasantly surprised. I have mine in the color Golden Almond. I tend to find that the color Golden Almond works best for me in Bobbi Brown foundations. I am a MAC NC50 just for shade reference, but I just want to show you guys something that was just so amazing to me. After Golden Almond, usually I'm that skin tone that I'm either the darkest shade or I'm the shade before the darkest shade. But in this foundation, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 foundations darker than me. Okay, can we just give a round of applause to Bobbi Brown for just continuously, since day one, since back then, has always had a great shade range for darker skin tone and lighter skin tones and everyone, which is the way it should be. If you're gonna come out with a product, have enough for everybody. So this foundation is supposed to be a weightless, a full coverage, oil control foundation. It retails for $46 US. Okay, so those are the few specs that I wanted to talk about. Now we're gonna jump into the application so you can see how this foundation applies onto the skin. All right guys, so I'm sitting in front of my window so that you guys can see the color, the natural color as much as possible. So I think for foundation videos, I'm going to start doing the application part in front of a window so that you guys can get the color as accurate as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my face primer. I'm gonna be using my usual, the Boscia mattifying primer. I'm just gonna put that, oh my God, am I running out? I thought there was some more in there. Thank goodness I got a backup, it looks like. And we're just gonna apply that. All right, I've got my beauty blender ready to go and my foundation, Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation SPF 15 Full Cover Oil-Free Shine Control Foundation. So this is not a first impression. I've already worn this foundation. I do know that I like it, but I wanted to review for you guys. I have mine in the color Golden Almond, and I'm just gonna apply that. Golden Almond is a color that I felt came the closest to my skin. It blends out super easily. The only thing about this foundation is that I don't really feel like it has a full coverage. It's supposed to be full coverage, but I don't know about that. To me, it's more like a medium coverage. You can build it a little bit, but I would not call this foundation full coverage at all. All right, so that's the first layer on. I'm gonna go ahead and apply just another layer just to build it up a little bit more because I kind of feel like I can still see some imperfections on my cheeks. So I'm gonna just take a little bit on my sponge and I'm gonna focus this like right around my cheek and mouth area. It has a really nice soft matte finish. This is definitely different than her original Skin foundation. That one had a more radiant finish. This one is definitely more of like a soft matte finish. It does not accentuate my lines or my pores or like my smile lines. One thing that the foundation claims to be is weightless, and honestly, you guys, it feels weightless. It feels like there's absolutely nothing on my skin. It feels so light. It feels so good. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and I will be right back. Alright, so that was the application portion. Now, this video is not going to be a first impression because I have been wearing this foundation for the last 2 weeks. I mean, non-stop I've been wearing it. I think I'm about to run out of it because that's how often I've been wearing it. So it's not going to be a first impression because I already pretty much know everything that I want to know about this foundation. I've worn it with different primers. I've worn it for 8 hours. I've worn it for 10 hours. I've worn it for 2 hours. Like, I have really tested this foundation, and I think I have a pretty firm opinion and final opinion about it. So let's just jump into my thoughts on this foundation. So from the application, you can see that the foundation applies absolutely beautifully. It blends out like a dream. You can apply with either a sponge or a brush. I didn't really see a difference. I applied with both, and they both applied it really, really well. So that wasn't really like an issue. Some foundations you have to use a specific tool to apply it. This is an easy foundation. You can use whatever you have, whether that's a brush or whether that's a sponge. I use both, worked great for me. It has a beautiful soft matte finish. It is not like a harsh matte finish where you feel like the moisture and the life and all the moisture that you have on your inside is getting sucked out. It wasn't like that. It was a very soft matte finish, which still didn't go so matte that I felt like it was accentuating like my texture on my cheeks or anything like that. The color, I think, matched me pretty well. It wasn't like a dead on color, but it was the best that I could find, and it definitely wasn't a bad color either. I felt like it blended into my skin quite nicely. Sometimes you guys might see things a little bit differently because of the lighting situation, but when I look at myself in the mirror, it looks good, and I walked out of the house with it. So take my word for it, it looks all right. The only problem or qualm that I have with this foundation is the fact that it is marketed as a full coverage foundation, and I don't quite think that this foundation is full coverage. I think it's medium buildable to full coverage, but I don't think it should be marketed as a full coverage. I think it should just be marketed as a either medium coverage or medium to full coverage. Now, I have worn this foundation on multiple occasions. It works well with all the primers that I tried it with. My favorite part about this foundation is how long lasting it is. I've worn this foundation for 13 hours, so I wore it for a full day of work, and then when I came home, we went to, was it dinner or a movie? I think we went to a movie. And the foundation did not budge. Usually when I come home from work and then we have to go somewhere, I have to really mattify my skin and just sometimes even reapply my makeup because my foundation has become so greasy and has started breaking up. This foundation looked flawless, absolutely flawless when I got home from work. Did not need to pat it at all. All I did was take a little bit of a tissue and tap my nose. My nose is my problem area. I tapped a little bit of excess little bit of oil on my nose. It did not break through my smile lines. It did not break through like my frown lines. It stayed the same everywhere, and it stayed beautiful all over my face. I was highly impressed by this foundation and how long lasting it was. I would say if you're a combination or if you're oily, definitely try this foundation, especially if you like something that's more of a natural finish, like a natural looking foundation. I feel that sometimes us oily girls, sometimes when we want like a skin looking foundation, we can never find that because a lot of foundations that are skin like or that look like skin tend to be more radiant finish. Alright guys, those are my thoughts on the new Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation SPF 15. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so YouTube lets you know when I upload a video, because YouTube is playing games and they do not want to tell my subscribers that I have videos available to watch. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one.